Welcome to the sellthatoption.com YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining us here, taking a look at any of our daily recap videos, please feel free to reach out to me at ryan@sellthatoption.com should you have any questions about the process or anything that you're about to view. Now, momentarily, you're going to get to see a dated version of what I send to our members here at sellthatoption.com every single day after the close if we initiate a trade. Okay, and so I send these after the market closes. They're able to take a look at the trades that I make. I talk about why I entered the trade, what I was looking for when I initiated the trade, my profit targets for that trade, and any general market commentary that was important when we were looking at that trade. Now, it's important to note here that these are trades that you can take a look at the night after. You don't have to be chained to your computer all day. See if there's something that you like and then initiate the trade potentially on the next business day. Okay, and so what we're going to do is here is if you are a member or you're looking at a membership, what you would do is you would come over here, select members, and then you would click daily recap videos. Okay, so let's take a look at exactly what a daily recap video page would look like and how our members would utilize that page. All right, now here we are in our daily recap video page, and so you can see a little bit of education that our members would get to read, and then you just go down here and you click play. Okay, now I've got it set up to where the most recent video is always the first one that shows up. You can see the date, and so what you would do is you would just click play, and then you would be able to see the video. Okay, I don't have any of the other videos set up, but what you can do is you can come to this page right here, and then you can see all of previous videos that we have listed on the site. Okay, without any further information, let's get right into the daily recap video. All right, and welcome. Today is December the 27th, 2017, and as you can see, we initiated 3 different trades today, all in the same security, all in XLU. You're going to see here in a second why I moved on XLU, because IV percentile is elevated, and so it's at least at the time that I initiated it and moved on these trades, it was the highest level of IV percentile. So as you can see, we did open the bottom trade here. So the Iron Condor, which is really an Iron Butterfly, we opened that up right at the 52.5 strike for February the 2nd expiration, which is 38 or so days away. So we opened that up for $1.45 of credit, which is pretty good. And then we also adjusted our 2 straddles. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at what those straddles look like, but we did get additional credit on this trade, and so we're absolutely going to explain that a little bit here momentarily. But one of the things that I do want you to see is that we did move on 3 trades today. Okay, let's get right into our IV percentile in our market watch. One of the things you'll notice is that we are seeing some adjustments in IV percentile. The market trading day isn't actually over yet, but one of the things that I do want to point out here is that XLU is our highest level of IV percentile, which is why I not only opened the trade but decided to go ahead and adjust those other 2 trades, was because we are seeing some additional IV in the security, and so I really like the higher IV percentile, which is why I ultimately moved on these trades. But as you can see, the system is easy, right? This is the type of stuff that you can do on your own. Just look at the IV percentile, look at what your portfolio needs, and then make trades accordingly. Okay, so this is our IV percentile. Let's get right into talking about our risk diagram and our chart for XLU. All right, let's first explain our 2 straddles. Okay, so as you can see here, on November the 22nd, we opened this straddle, and we're specifically going to look at the call side, okay? And so the call side is currently, or we bought or sold the call for 69 cents, okay? And we just bought that same one for 2 cents, which means we profited 67 cents per spread. Now we sold 4 of those spreads, and so on just the call side we made $268 on the -4 straddle, right? Or on the 56 straddle. On the 54 straddle, we initially sold that call for 73 cents, and we just bought it back for 14 cents, which means we profited 59 cents per call on this particular trade, which means that we on the 54 straddle have made $236 in banked profits on this particular part of the trade. Now, when we add the $268 and the $236, it means that we right now have banked profit of $504. Okay, so when we get into looking at our Analyze tab for our January 19th straddles, one of the things that we're going to have to realize is that we have banked profit of $504, okay? And so when we look at our risk area and what we need to happen for this particular trade, just know that we have $504 of banked profit that is not going to show in our Analyze tab. All right, and here we are back in our Analyze tab, and we just have our January 19th area happening, and as you can hear, the bell just happened, so the trading day just closed. But one of the things that I want you to notice is that we certainly are still bullish, okay? But if we get up here, then we are going to make money on this trade. So if we end anywhere between 53 and 54-ish, we're going to make money on this trade. So that's really where I want to hope that the trade ends up nailing at expiration or close to expiration, okay? Because right now, as you can see, we're down $984 on this particular part of the trade. Now again, we have $504 in banked profits. Now we adjusted to collect additional premium, which means we also adjusted to go ahead and bank part of that premium. One of the things that you will remember is that where we were down much more than the 984 plus 504 that it's currently showing. Also, if we end up getting here, we're going to still have a profitable trade of about $125, which, considering that the trade went against us pretty significantly, that's pretty awesome, okay? And so this is just typical trade management and making sure that even though the trade went completely against us, because remember, we sold our initial position here. So we initially sold the 56, which is right here, and then we sold another one at 54, which is right here. And so when we think about the fact that we were in this part of the trade, right, this is where we wanted to be. We moved with the market and we mitigated a little bit of risk, took some profit off of the table, and we can still end up making a profitable trade, and the security doesn't have to move back into this area. Okay, so this is exactly what trade management looks like, right? We moved with the market, we went ahead and adjusted because we were able to get additional credit to our account, and we have $504 in banked profit right now for us. Okay, now, if you have any questions about this, as always, reach out to me, but this is a critically important lesson for you to understand when it comes to managing trades, especially when they have went against us and initially look like losers. Okay, let's move on to the new position that we put on in XLU, the Iron Butterfly. And here we are in our Iron Butterfly for February the 2nd. As you can see, we currently have a probability of profit at 53.74%. We are going to manage our initial credit, which we received at, I believe, $1.45. We already have our closing order in for $1.01. And the reason that's right at about 30% of initial credit received, and the reason that we did that was because, as you can see, this is a pretty large position, and so we're paying a decent amount in commissions. But I do want to point out that we are going a little bit. We're going to try to get 30% on initial credit or so to mitigate some of the transaction costs. That's really what that boils down to. Okay, as you can see, we are a little skewed, not necessarily skewed, but we didn't have to go as far out on the call side as we did on the put side in order to get cheap options. So the 54.5 call was only 18 cents, where the 49 put, which is an entire $1.50 further out, was 16 cents. And so I didn't have to go nowhere near as far for that in order to go ahead and get some of these cheap options for protection. The initial straddle, we were looking at $5,000 or $6,000 in margin to hold just a couple of positions, a couple of contracts, and so we went ahead and just bought protection, mitigated some of that downside and upside risk, and move forward like that. Okay, so this is what the position looks like, and let's run right in to the chart. All right, and the last thing we'll take a look at today is the chart here in XLU and where our break-evens are. We actually have a fantastic position there on the downside, okay? And so as you can see on right above our break-even at 51.04, we are right there at what has held support. And so I'm feeling really good about that particular break-even area. To the north, I would have liked a little bit more credit. I would have liked to have gotten up to maybe 54.50, 54.75. The credit just wasn't there. Although, you know, hopefully we'll just see a move sideways here. And yeah, that's what we've got to hope for right here. We don't know if it's going to continue its downward move or if it's going to move sideways or reclaim some of the massive, you know, about 10% loss that we've seen over the last month. One of the things that I do really like is the last 4 trading days we have seen a pretty significant move sideways, right? And that's really what we're looking for. We're looking for the stabilization. We got a nice doji candle today, and so we'll see what happens. I like this chart setup. I like the implied volatility level, so hopefully we'll be able to rock out this part of this trade and take it off for a profit relatively quickly, especially if we see a drop in implied volatility. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me at ryan@sellthatoption.com. Otherwise, as always, stay humble, stay hungry, and here's to our success.